Let's talk about legislative collaboration and support for the bill. What challenges did you all face when asked to vote and asked to give ideas around the bill and garnering bipartisan support for this program, and how did you overcome them?
You know, it's interesting. I don't think you and I had nearly as much trouble with this bill as we have with, you know, maybe other bills that we've worked on to try to garner bipartisan support. I'm really grateful because I felt like we had people who were extremely receptive up front, and not only were they receptive up front, they actually went to their colleagues and they said, you know, we think this is the right way to go. Again, I think that economic participation piece of the bill was the significant piece. And, you know, again, there were definitely suggestions and feedback on the bill, but I think that those suggestions and feedback only made it better. I would say, honestly, I think we had a little more challenges from our own caucus than from the other caucuses, so to be perfectly honest. But again, you know, working together, there's not, you know, I always say there's not an idea that has a D or an R behind it. You have to hear the idea out first and see, you know, is it going to work? And that's what we really saw with this bill. I mean, like I said, about the 100 hours to 50 hours, excellent suggestion. So we think it went really well.
Thank you.
I would just add, you know, Connecticut, unlike Washington, D.C., is not broke.
I mean, literally, we are together 90% of the time in a collaborative way, and I got to give credit to my colleagues in the majority, because you don't have to listen to us, especially now we just lost 4 more seats. But I look forward to continuing to work with you all going forward, because this is a bill, I think it was you, when he said, literally, it's an economic development bill. And who doesn't want to help? And so I'm going to throw out one thing real quick. I would love to see, and I talked to Congressman Himes about this, students being able to discharge some of their debt in bankruptcy on a percentage basis, and what some of our colleagues here in the higher ed system aren't going to like, but have the school be invested in some percentage of that. So that if they're lending and they're not giving a good education, they're not helping explain the debt that you're incurring, then the schools are going to be on the hook for a part of that. And again, allow the bankruptcy judge to decide how much the school is responsible for that student's failure. And the predatory lending, I think, was brought out earlier. Those predatory lenders should have their debt discharged in bankruptcy if they're knowingly giving out money that the student just isn't going to be able to pay back. So those are some of the ideas that I look forward to working with, maybe going forward on a bipartisan basis to help the equity and to allow students to get out from under it. As I had debt coming out of law school that it took me 15 years to pay off. And that absolutely affected my ability to buy a home. So anyway, so I'm here to work with you going forward, and I'm happy to be invited, so thank you.